Hi y'all, this is Eliana with reDesign. Today I'm going to show you how I transformed this outdated server into a stunning faux wood masterpiece. Using a combination of Retique It, layer paint, and wood graining tools, I'll show you how I transformed this into something really special. It wasn't even wood to begin with like this table was. Let me show you what happened. The first step, as always, is surface prep. Since the server isn't even real wood and the top cannot be sanded down, then my focus was on scuff sanding the sides and the framed areas. Scuff sanding always helps create a better surface, and this way the Retique It would also have a better surface to adhere to. For the hardware that could not be removed or that I decided not to, I carefully taped over it to ensure that no paint would get on it. I also taped off the rest of the piece to protect the areas that did not need painting and to ensure clean, sharp edges. Once everything was taped off, then I gave the entire piece a thorough cleaning. With the surface prepped, it was time to then apply Retique It, which is a liquid wood product that has fibers in it that makes it possible to create a real wood-like surface again. The best way to apply this is to first do one full coat as I'm doing now, and on your second coat, start using your wood graining tools. Once the first coat was dry, then I added a second coat for extra coverage and depth. I'm going to make a kind of a mix of two colors of Retique It to come up with the color that I need for the wood top. Not wood top, but really the buffet that I'm doing, the little sideboard that I'm doing. I have done it in the light. I believe this is the light primer. And I need to go with the dark to create a medium tone. So that's what I'm doing right now. My dark, for whatever reason, it like dried up a little bit. So I'm working it to basically mix it smooth again and then mix it, and I have it mixed into a separate container because I don't want to contaminate either one. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then I'll hopefully have a tone that is in between the two to put it on there so that it simulates the table a little bit more than this color does right now, because this is too light right now for the buffet. So let me explain what I was talking about. This wood, this is the tone that it has, and it's kind of orangey, comes off a lot browner, I would say, on camera than it really is over here in real life. But it has a lot of orange in it because I believe this is cherry. So of course, that's probably more like it looks in real life right there. And this is a very light tone. So if you look at it right there, you can see the difference between the two. So I had to come up with a color that was closer to this because this is going to be sealed. And it's probably gonna stay more like this. I don't know, I might do a wash to kind of combat that green a little bit. Anyways, this is too light. And so as you can see right there, the two tones, the top one is the one that is on it right now, and the next one is the bottom half is the one that I just created from the two Retique Its. So I'm gonna apply that on it, and that's gonna bring it closer to this, and then we're gonna do the wood effect on this one too. My best advice for this part is to go slowly and think about the wood grain effect that you would like to achieve. Whether it's a plank-like grain or thinner, something more delicate with lines, I don't know. Just think about what you want to see as your end result. Retique It looks like paint, it's applied like paint, it dries like paint, but after it dries, you can feel the difference in the way that it dries because it has this different texture, and it is the fibers that it is created with that give it that wood-like texture at the end. It can be stained and it can be layered with paints, which is what I'm going to be doing today, to create depth and create a different look on pieces that may not necessarily be wood or that you want to change the look of. I think all of my tricks worked. I think it looks very woodsy. I might do a coat, a very light coat of the light on top in case when I come to do this is the same. But remember that first initial look, how light that was? Look, it looks the same now, or very close to. Very, very close. And that's what I needed, because these two are going to be in the same vicinity. As in many cases, my client changed her mind a little bit and decided that this piece was going to go in a different space in her home. So I went a different way and started layering down the paint. And I thought this looked pretty good, but it could definitely look better. So I changed the course of the transformation. This is after one coat of paint. It's okay, but it could be so much better. I decided to use a combination of neutral tones of paint diluted. So this is basically like a water wash. I included tones like taupes and grays and whites, even an orange, to give this the closest look to wood as possible. Each layer was lightly brushed on and blended to avoid any harsh lines. The diluted paint technique allows for a greater transparency and control, making it easier to achieve a more authentic natural look effect. At this point, I have already basically layered a couple of coats of paint to try to achieve this look. I'm going slowly, as you can see, and layer by layer, because I'm not only creating that wood effect, but I am also creating textures. At the end, I want to touch this piece and I want it to feel as close to a wood as possible. Creating layers can feel like a daunting and very slow task and process, but it truly will pay off. Look at that wood grain. I need to also add that it is important that you seal each one of the layers as you finish it and it dries. That way you don't pull a layer with the next one that you add. But would you look at this? How beautiful it is. And it looks very natural. This is a perfect driftwood color. On the top, I decided to go with a lesser diluted paint, and that way the impact on the top is much, much greater. The effect would definitely pop. For step 5, we're going to enhance the wood grain, and basically I'm going to do a dry brush effect with even more layers and then use a few more tools. You can go with a thicker layer of paint on here and regrain. I am using a dog brush. Yes, I said it, a dog brush, and then my graining tool to recreate that wood effect and the texture. And again, I'm just layering. To finish up everything, I top coated it 3 additional times and allowed each coat to dry in between. We add some new jewelry and take it to the staging wall. This is the table. Take a look at that video and I will put it in the details in case you haven't seen it, but that turned out really pretty too. Let me remind you of what the before of this outdated entire little buffet sideboard was, and here's the after. The finished piece is a major difference, right? This once outdated server is now a showstopper. The layer colors, wood grain, and the finish make all the difference in the world and make it look so high-end. Such a beautiful piece of furniture again. My client was super happy with both pieces. And how could she not be? I'm pretty proud of this one myself. If you enjoyed this transformation, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more furniture makeovers. Thank you for watching, and as always, why not redesign something today? See you soon. Bye.